Listen well, children of the ancestors. Our elders say, the face you show the world is not always the face the mirror knows. This is the story of Zora, whose beauty was painted, and Idris, whose eyes needed to learn true seeing. Gather close, for this tale still echoes in the marketplaces where mothers warn their daughters, a marriage built on masks will crumble when truth removes its veil. In the bustling city of Kano, where the ancient walls still whisper stories of kings and traders, there lived a young woman named Zora, meaning the radiant one. But oh, how her name mocked the truth beneath. Zora had learned early that in a world obsessed with beauty, makeup was not decoration but armor. Every morning before dawn, she sat before her mirror performing the ritual: foundation to smooth every imperfection, powder to create flawless skin, kohl to enlarge her eyes, lipstick to redden her lips. 2 hours of transformation, from the plain girl her mother bore to the stunning woman the world adored. Zora, you are the most beautiful bride in all of Kano, the women all related at her henna ceremony. But Zora's smile was as painted as her face. She had caught the eye of Idris, a wealthy young merchant whose family traded in textiles from Kano to Cairo. Idris was handsome, ambitious, and Zora had quickly learned, utterly captivated by physical beauty. He collected beautiful things, carpets, cars, watches. And now, a beautiful wife. Throughout their courtship, Zora had been careful. She woke hours before him on the few occasions they traveled together with chaperones. She refused morning visits, claiming modesty. She kept her face perpetually painted, her beauty perpetually perfect. My son has chosen well, Idris's mother said at the introduction ceremony, admiring Zora's flawless complexion. Such a beauty will give us beautiful grandchildren. Zora smiled, but inside, fear coiled like a serpent. What happens when he sees the real me? The wedding was magnificent, 3 days of celebration, music, and feasting. Zora looked like a queen in her golden geli and wrapper, her face painted to absolute perfection by the most expensive makeup artist in the city. Idris could not take his eyes off her. I am the luckiest man alive, he whispered during the ceremony. But as the wedding night approached and the guests finally departed, Zora's heart began to race with terror. She had packed her makeup bag, planning to wake before dawn to reapply everything before Idris saw her true face. But what about tonight? What about the moment after he locked the door? In their luxurious hotel suite, Idris poured champagne, his eyes full of desire and admiration. Finally, my beautiful wife, we are alone. Zora's hands trembled. Husband, I am very tired. Perhaps we should sleep. Sleep. Idris laughed gently. On our wedding night. Come, sit with me. She sat, keeping her face angled to the most flattering light, afraid to let him come too close, afraid that proximity would reveal what distance concealed. Idris reached to touch her face tenderly, and Zora flinched. What is wrong? He asked, concern replacing desire. I need to prepare for bed properly. Let me go to the bathroom. In the bathroom, Zora stared at her reflection, tears threatening to ruin her mascara. She couldn't keep this up forever. Eventually, sleep would claim her. Eventually, morning would reveal her. Eventually, the mask would fall. She thought of her grandmother's words, spoken years ago: Zora, beauty that must be painted on each day is not beauty at all. It is a burden you will carry until it breaks your back. But Zora had ignored the old woman, believing the world's message instead, that beauty was everything, that without it, she was nothing. A soft knock on the bathroom door. Zora. Are you well? Yes, just a moment. She made a decision. She would tell him she was ill. She would sleep in her makeup tonight. Tomorrow she would wake early and reapply. She would buy herself time to figure out a permanent solution. Perhaps she could convince him she had a skin condition that required nighttime treatments. Perhaps. Zara, please open the door. You are worrying me. With shaking hands, she opened it. Idris stood there, and his face had changed. The desire was gone, replaced by something else. Concern. Suspicion. Sit down, he said gently but firmly. We need to talk. They sat on the edge of the hotel bed, and Idris took her hands. Zara, I am not a fool. Throughout our courtship, I noticed things. You never let me see you in the morning. You always excused yourself to freshen up before I arrived. You refused certain outings, always with convenient excuses. Zara's heart sank. Idris, He held up his hand. Let me finish. At first, I thought perhaps you were just very modest, very proper. But tonight, seeing your fear, your trembling, I understand now. You are afraid for me to see your real face. Tears began to fall, cutting rivers through Zara's carefully applied makeup. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not the beauty you think I am. Without all this, she gestured to her face, I am plain. Ordinary. Nothing special. Idris was quiet for a long moment. Then he did something unexpected. He went to the bathroom, wetted a towel, and returned. May I? He asked, holding up the towel. Zara closed her eyes, unable to watch his face as he gently, slowly wiped away the makeup. The foundation. The powder. The kohl. The lipstick. All of it, removed with tender strokes until her bare face, the face she had hidden for so long, was revealed. She kept her eyes closed, unable to bear seeing his disappointment. Zara, Idris said softly. Open your eyes. She did, and found him smiling. Not the dazzled smile of a man admiring a painted beauty, but something deeper, warmer. You were right, he said. You are not the beauty I thought I married. Her heart shattered. You are more beautiful. She blinked in confusion. What? This face, he touched her bare cheek, shows me who you really are. I can see the small scar above your eyebrow, you must tell me that story. I can see the splash of freckles across your nose that the sun has kissed. I can see the real shape of your lips, your eyes, your face. This is not ordinary, Zara. This is you. And you are beautiful because you are real. But I am not. Let me tell you something, Idris interrupted. My mother, whom you met at the introduction, she was once considered the most beautiful woman in Kano. But my father, may Allah rest his soul, told me before he died, son, I did not fall in love with your mother's beauty. I fell in love with her on the day she had malaria, her hair wild, her face bare and sick, and she still made me laugh. He said, beauty fades, makeup washes away, but character remains. He pulled out his phone and showed Zara a photo. This is my mother now, at 65. No makeup. Grey hair. Wrinkles. And my father, before he passed, looked at her the same way he did when they were 20. Because he never loved the paint. He loved the person. Zara wept fully now, her bare face wet with tears of relief and shame and hope all mixed together. I have been a fool, she whispered. We have both been fools, Idris corrected. I have been a fool for prizing physical beauty above all else. For making you feel you had to hide yourself to win my love. And you have been a fool for believing that you needed to. He wiped her tears with his thumb. From this night forward, I want to see your real face every day. I want to know the woman I married, not the mask she wears. Can you give me that? Zara nodded, unable to speak. And so began their true marriage, not the one built on painted perfection, but the one built on honest faces and open hearts. Years later, Zara would sit with young brides-to-be in her parlor, her face bare of makeup except for special occasions, her natural beauty shining through confidence rather than cosmetics. Auntie Zara, a young girl once asked, don't you want to look more beautiful for your husband? Zara smiled, touching the girl's cheek. My child, my grandmother used to say, the peacock with painted feathers will be caught in the rain and revealed as a chicken. I spent years painting myself into someone else. But true love sees through pain to person, through mask to soul. She gestured to her husband, Idris, playing with their 3 children in the courtyard. That man did not fall in love with my makeup. He fell in love with my morning face, my tired face, my sick face, my real face. And that, my dear, is the only kind of love that lasts. Our elders teach us, a pot that is beautiful only on the outside will still crack under fire. Beauty that must be created each day with paint and powder is not beauty but performance. And a marriage that begins with performance will exhaust both the performer and the audience. True beauty radiates from within, from character, from honesty, from the courage to be seen as you truly are. The right person will not love you for the mask you wear, but for the face beneath it. And remember, the foundation of a marriage should never be foundation on a face, but truth in the heart. What does this story remind you of from your own heritage? Have your elders spoken about the difference between outer appearance and inner character? May you always have the courage to remove your mask. May you find love that sees beyond the surface. And may you remember, the face the Creator gave you is beautiful enough,